It's a question we've all probably asked ourselves at some point. It's one of the oldest, heaviest questions in all of philosophy. And today, we're not just going to ask it, we're going to dive into a truly radical answer. This is the great paradox, right? If a creator is all good, all powerful, why on earth would they build an arena for suffering and pain? Why not just, create a perfect, unchanging paradise and leave it at that? Well, this is where the ancient tradition of Zoroastrianism completely flips the script. It suggests something wild, that the world wasn't created in spite of evil, but actually because of it. The idea is that existence itself is the ultimate weapon, designed to destroy evil for good. To get how that works, we have to go back, way back, to a time before time. Okay, so our story starts in what you could call the pre-eternal state. Just try to imagine a reality before time, before matter, before our universe was even a concept. Before anything was created, you had these two, let's call them primal realities. They've always existed, totally independent of each other. On one side, you've got Ormazda, the wise lord. He exists in an endless light, he knows everything, he's perfectly good, he's the source of all that is. And on the other side, there's Ahriman, the hostile spirit. He just lurks in endless darkness. He's a being of pure chaos, ignorant, destructive, and just negative. Now, here's the most important part of this whole setup. They are completely separate. This quote from the ancient text, the Bundahishan, says it all. There was just emptiness between them. No contact, no conflict, no awareness of each other at all. Just a perfect, but very fragile stalemate. But, well, you can probably guess that this perfect, quiet stalemate wasn't going to last forever. Something was about to happen that would shatter this cosmic balance and kick off the conflict that defines everything. So out of this endless darkness, Ahriman stirs, and for the very first time, he sees something. He sees the light of Ormazd. He becomes aware that there's another reality out there, one that's the complete opposite of his, a reality of order and wisdom and creation. And his reaction? It's exactly what you'd expect from a being of pure destruction. He's jealous, he's hostile. His one and only instinct is to attack that light, to rush forward and try to destroy it, to just wipe it out. But the thing is, the attack fails. It turns out Ormazd's goodness is just stronger. It's a reality so powerful that Ahriman's pure negativity just can't touch it directly. He gets thrown back into his darkness, totally stunned. So he realizes brute force won't work. He needs a new plan. Not total destruction from the outside, but corruption from the inside. Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. This is Ormazd's countermove. And because he's omniscient, he knew this attack was coming all along, so his response isn't just a defense. Oh no. It is an absolutely brilliant, universe-spanning strategy. Think about it. This is the ultimate strategic problem, right? Ahriman is an eternal, infinite force of destruction. You can't just fight him in some endless void. That war would literally never end. So how in the world do you defeat an enemy that's infinite? And here's the genius of the plan. You lure that infinite enemy into a finite trap. Ormazd's brilliant solution is to build a battlefield that has a beginning and, more importantly, an end. He forges the one thing that can contain it, time itself. And this isn't just some random act of creation. It's a precise 12,000-year cosmic plan. The first 3,000 years, that's for the spiritual creation. The next 3,000, he builds our material world. Then comes a 3,000-year period of battle. That's the one we're in now. And the final 3,000 years will bring the final defeat of evil. Basically, creation is a giant cosmic clock, and it's counting down to the end of Ahriman. But here's the twist. Ormazd couldn't win this battle alone. His strategy needed a brand new kind of warrior, something totally unexpected. It required beings who could choose. It required us. Now, to really get our part in this, you have to understand this key Zoroastrian idea, the Frawahar. Think of it as your higher self, your spiritual core, your soul that existed in that spiritual realm long before you were ever born into the material world. So Ormazd gathers all these pre-existing souls, these Frawars, and he lays it all out for them. He shows them the whole plan, the coming war, the suffering, the pain that Ahriman's invasion is going to cause. And then he offers them a choice, a massive one. You can stay here, safe and sound in the spiritual world forever, or you can choose to go down into the material world and fight as my soldiers. And here's the incredible part. They chose to fight. This quote says it all. They saw how bad it was going to be, but they rationally, heroically agreed to enter the battle. So get this. In this story, we're not just victims born into a broken world. We are volunteer soldiers. We are heroes who knew exactly what we were getting into and said, "Sign me up." So, with humanity's heroic choice locked in, the stage was set. Arminaz goes ahead and creates the material world, knowing full well what's coming next. The trap is laid. And when the invasion happens, it's a catastrophe. Ahriman crashes into this perfect new world. He brings death into existence for the first time by killing the first human. He poisons the waters, makes the plants wither, pollutes the sacred fire with smoke. This moment, this is the source of all the brokenness we see. Sickness, decay, violence, death, it all comes from this. And this right here is such a fundamental shift in thinking. The pain and the flaws we see everywhere, they aren't design mistakes, they're battle scars. This world is a good creation that has been deeply wounded by an outside attacker. Which, of course, brings us back to that huge question, the final, critical piece of the puzzle. Why would a good God allow this? What's the logic here? The answer, in one word, is strategy. You see, by luring Ahriman into the material world, Ormazad gives the formless enemy a form. He traps the infinite force of destruction inside a finite timeline. He forces evil to fight on a battlefield that has rules, a battlefield where it can actually be defeated. And here's the best part. In this arena, every single evil act he commits actually pushes him closer to his own destruction. He's basically destroying himself. So in this incredible worldview, our universe isn't some cosmic accident or a flawed experiment. It is a meticulously designed strategic arena created for one very specific purpose: to trap, to fight, and to ultimately destroy evil forever. And that, of course, brings this epic cosmic story all the way back down to you. Because if any of this is true, then you are not here by accident. You are a volunteer who saw what was at stake and chose to join the fight for the light. So that leaves us with one last, very personal question.